Hi everyone and welcome. I'm decided to sort out the craft room, just quite simply because everything was a mess, and I've got a house full of cats, so and they're like fertling around in my craft stuff. So I was watching a video on Sasha Reade about how she stores her stuff, which gave me some inspiration to get my craft room sorted out. So this is it. It's actually the, theoretically should be the dining room. But because I live on my own with 6 Maine Coon cats, I very rarely sit at the dining table. And it used to be set up as a dining room, but the room just wasn't getting used. It was a waste of space. So I've converted it because I do work from home quite a lot. My day job is as a transport manager. So I converted it into an office / craft room, and this is it. So I'll give you a quick little tour and then show you how I store things. Got a lovely bright window here. Set up on the desk is my Gemini, and this is my lovely stand that I got from Amazon. I needed something that would allow me to get really close to the work that I'm doing, because I do beading tutorials. And the other stand that I'd made for myself, it was just, I couldn't zoom in close enough without spending a lot of money on a zoom lens, which I wasn't about to do. So this is how I've got it set up. So there's desks in a kind of a sort of a U shape with a bit of a curve on one end, and most of my storage is actually underneath the desks. So for here, for example, I've got there you go, they're in these like fridge storage tubs, and then inside A4 wallets with magnetic sheet slimline dies, stitching dies, large and layering dies, not sure what's up, they're labelled on the other side, background dies. There's a space there for this one here actually, which is currently on the desk awaiting the new Spellbinders monthly kits. Hot foil plates, that was embellishments, but I've moved them to a new place now. So the stuff that's lying on the desk here is stuff that's still to be sorted, but as we go through, that lot there is all still to be sorted as well. But this goes straight through into my kitchen, so I'm handy for, you know, grabbing a bite to eat, grabbing a drink, etc. So in here I've got my Mac and a couple of extra screens, because I do need a lot of screen real estate for my day job. A lot of multitasking involved. So underneath I've got these lovely wicker baskets, which I also got from Amazon, and they're all labelled there on the Kallax, like there, office supplies, colouring and re-inkers. And then underneath the desk, as you can see, I've got the bottom has all got wicker baskets in to store like the larger stuff, and then the top is these long, I'll grab one out. So these are like big long storage, fridge storage theoretically, but to be honest they're a bit too long to go in the fridge unless you put them in sideways. But they're perfect for storing craft, and they're perfect for fitting into IKEA Kallax cubes if you use a shelf. So in each one of those cubes you can get 4 of those storage tubs. So underneath there we have got stamps, stencils, embossing folders, embossing stuff, stamping and blending stuff, tools, adhesives, embellishments, pens and markers, art tools, etc. So along the window side I've put the shelves, the IKEA Kallax shelves in, but I've put them in like on their side, if you like, because it helps everything to stand up properly. So in there I've got like my Platinum 6, my Glimmer, stencil swatches, layering stencils in folders there. Slightly different baskets along the bottom there because I couldn't get the same ones. Yeah, Big Shot, guillotines, you know, scoring boards and that kind of thing. Everything's under there. Keeps it nice and neat and out of the way. And then in this corner I've got a carousel which I got from, I think it was scrapbook.com maybe, which is useful for glossy accents, Nouveau drops, tapes, all that kind of thing, distress glazes, etc. It's got all sorts of stuff in there. And then this is part of my new organisation, and the reason I've got these tools in behind a glass door, quite simply because it's very kind of attractive to the cats. When they are, you know, they like coming in and just helping themselves to paintbrushes and anything that's even marginally attractive to a cat. It's all in there: scissors, alcohol, spray, water sprays, etc. And then on this side I have got all of my blending brushes, markers, rulers and that kind of thing. It's gone a bit skew with you there. Let's try that. There you go. So that keeps all that like little stuff out of the way of the cats. And then up here, got to show you this because I love these. These are, I've got them on Etsy, and they are called Storage with a Twist. And I bought two, which kind of tells you that, tells me anyway, that I've probably got too many ink pads, because each one of these holds 66 ink pads like that. And then because I bought the little insert shelves as well, so what I've got here is I've got all of my Distress Oxide inks. Oops, she says, dropping the lid off. I've got my Distress Oxide inks actually in the main part of the carousel, and then my Distress inks I actually bought just the mini cubes. But if you use these storage shelves, you can fit them all into one carousel. So there's 66 full size, and well, not quite 66 because I'm still waiting for the minis for the latest 4 colours to come out. So like what's that one, Salvage Patina, that should be in the next 4 set, which I haven't got yet. So but yeah, it fits 66 Distress colours into one of these ink pad holders. It's fabulous, and you can access them all by just using the carousel. I used to have those sort of flat ones where you could, one would fit into one IKEA cube, but you could only fit like, I think it was 30 ink pads into one of those, and you were losing a lot of the depth behind the ink pads. Whereas this, in that one carousel there, I've got 66 times 2, so what's that, 132 ink pads in one holder. Isn't that just awesome? I'll put a link below to where you can find them. I've bought the large ones, but they do smaller ones, and they do other kind of, all in this range called Storage with a Twist. I think it's called Cool Cats, maybe, something like that, but I will link it below anyway. That's a cat bed, obviously. All the artwork in here, I kind of did it myself. I wanted something cheerful. Apart from that, which is, that is my, it was a colouring that my mother did. And after she died, I pulled it out because I thought it would go nice in my craft room, and I framed it. So, in fact, there's one of said Maine Coons. Smile for the camera, boy. Thank you. And then on the desk here, I've got my Gemini Junior, my Tim Holtz craft mat. And then under this side, this is all the stuff that I use a lot. This stand thing that you can see here is what I use to I used to have my camera suspended from that, but now I use it for clipping. I use these clips to clip my backgrounds onto when I'm taking photographs of whatever I made. And then under here we've got like stamp and die sets. In that there's 4 tubs of stamp and die, 5 tubs of stamp and die sets, large layering shapes, cutting dies, and then a kind of an explanation of what's in each pot, floral, party backgrounds, sentiments, shapes, etc. Tailored expressions, alphanumeric dies, that's just like alphabets which I put in these small storage tubs. And what I've done is I've cut out one letter just to show what the alphabet is when it's cut out. So there's one, let's have another one there. So it shows you what the font is basically. And then in these ones there is like, that one's got some crisps in it actually, but this has got other stuff. Now I'm not like clipboards, which I use when if I want to tape down a piece of watercolour paper, for example, to spray it. There is completed work, all kinds of stuff like that. All of the fine sorting is not yet done. I'm still in the process of doing that right now, but I'm just going to shove them back in there, otherwise the cats will use them as footballs. But that is how I've got most of my storage. And then the big one, which I haven't shown you yet, put that stand back, is this unit here, which is it's got resin and concrete things, stuff in it, displays for photographs / craft stalls, painting supplies and blanks. And then these are the,
still not sure about that.
These are the colours, the tubs that I saw on Sasha Reade's video, and I asked her where she got them from. She told me a couple.
I can't search for videos on Apple Watch.
Sorry, my watch is having a crazy. I'm taking it off. So yeah, these were the ones that I saw on Sasha Reade's video. I asked her where she got them from. She told me a couple of places. Then I did a search for different places to buy them from, because I wanted particular sizes, and I came across all these lovely colours. So it's like, I'll stand here because the light's a bit bright. So there's this like sage green, a silver grey, a pink and a white, and it really just blended in. It looked lovely. It looks lovely on this cupboard. And then what I have done is I've labelled them all with my label machine. For example, foiling, and they're like watercolours, oils, inks, acrylics, etc. I've got all my paper on there, paper and card on there, and then up at the top various other bits and bobs, and right up at the very, very top there is where I use my if I'm doing anything like painting or any kind of artwork, or even just watercolours that I need to set aside to dry, that's where they go, just quite simply because it keeps them out of the way of the cats. And then up here we've got the laminator. I don't know why it's so bright all of a sudden. Let's see if we can adjust the brightness. There you go, that's better. Up here we've got well, completed cards and things, a lot of flowers that I use when I'm photographing things, and so on. So that is that's what that thing looks like. And then in here I've got things that I definitely have to keep out of the way of the cats, like acetone, pixie spray, that kind of stuff, butane lighters. All of these tubs need properly sorting out, but I made it my mission today to actually get the desktops fairly cleared off, because it's been carnage in here for about 3 weeks while I've been doing the main sorting, and I'm getting withdrawal symptoms because I need to do some crafting. So so this is kind of how it's going to look when it's all tidy, minus all that stuff on the desk there, and the stuff on the island, of course. So that'll all be gone, and that's where I sit and do my day job. So that's it. I thought I'd just share it with you, what it looks like. I'm pleased with it. Once all the fine sorting's been done, it's going to be lovely, but that's going to take another few weeks yet. So I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. Just a little look at how I store my stuff. If you have enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to my channel. It would be marvellous. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.